Alright, hi, this is Michael Ellis with another Free Energy Friday. It's actually Tuesday today, but that's okay. So anyways, it's 2025, so it's getting there. So what I wanted to talk about today was, I got a book, one of those quantum holographic magazine things, Mahaffey and some other scientists, physicists, whatever you want to call them, were developing. In it, they mentioned the Wilhelm Reich's VACOR, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, a VACOR tube. Basically, it was like, Reich says it was like a Geiger counter, and that he used it to convert orgone energy into electrical energy. So basically, what it consists of, according to the... Jeez, I wish I had that book right here with me. What it consists of was a vacuum tube. Inside that was like a metallic tube, and inside of that was a spark gap, basically. I think it was. Or there's some type of wire, a thing. So it's just like a Geiger counter. So you had the tubes, and then you had the probes inside, and then you had vacuum tubes. Yep. And then you had the electrodes going from to there. And according to Reich, he got this to actually vacuum or run a motor. The only issue with it was what do you want to call it? Oh, sorry, I'm a bit slow this morning. The only issue was actually what Reich called the Y factor in getting it to work, which, I don't know, people don't really know what he actually intended. It was a personable factor, actually putting the person inside the circuit to get it to work, that it only worked for certain people or something like that. But I'm actually building one of these as we speak, waiting for the resin to settle. Supposedly it had to be a vacuum tube, but I'm trying to build one by myself that is not a vacuum tube. The gray cell... The tube actually consisted of a... Sorry, I had a brief interruption. So the gray tube actually consists of a mesh with a spark gap inside, and that also being a tube. But this one, you actually want atmosphere. Sorry, my handwriting on that is terrible. This you want atmosphere is a plus. And again, you have the spark gap, and you have the metallic mesh. This is their output. And then he called this splitting the positive. So, metallic mesh, spark gap, and atmosphere. And the metallic mesh that goes across. So the gray tube actually performed better with atmosphere in it. In this case, it was a vacuum tube, and it was filled with gas, inert gas. Oh, I think it was argon or something. And then we have Moray's tube. I think I spelled that right. And no one knows what that is. I think there's been some patents or attempts to actually reconstruct it or get some sort of idea. Oh, what else? What am I thinking of? Baghdad Battery. Excuse my spelling if that's bad. Excuse my spelling if that's incorrect. The Baghdad Battery consisted of a clay vessel, a copper pipe, and a iron core. Now, I'm not implying that that was necessarily a vacuum, like an electrical tube. I mean, it very well could have been a battery sort of design, but I don't know. I'm kind of questioning whether it would fit in with the orgone conversion tube. And then it was sealed with pitch. It didn't have any liquid inside, so it was empty. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe it was some type of similar design. And last but not least, and I just forgot it as soon as I thought of it. All right, Tesla's car. Number 5, Tesla's car. And that's Nikola, not the weirdos. So Nikola Tesla's car, I did some remote viewing, and I think it had some standoffs. And then there was the tube, there's the 6-foot copper pipe, and then it had this insulated thing, or coax, I think. So the remote viewing I didn't actually see anything inside the actual pipe, except for this little thing on the end, which was a cross shape, and then it had 2 layers going down. I don't know if those were standoffs or actually connected to it. Can you see? Just make sure. I don't know if they were connected to the pipe or if they were standoffs or insulators or whatever, but it goes with this theme, I guess. Again, with the pipe and the wire or whatever you want to make of it going in to receive the energy. So something else to keep in mind. And of course, remote viewing isn't always 100% the actual truth. So that was via remote viewing. Oops, can't see that. There we go. So remote viewing, we had the 6 feet copper pipe, the lore, and via remote viewing, this and that, standoff, or connection. You can't see that. So I think that about covers everything. Can't think of much else that kind of goes over this type of energy device. So I think I will leave it at that and leave it to you to experiment and figure out. One thing I was thinking of is if the VACOR was some kind of being a vacuum tube was actually required, or any of these were some type of amplifier, because I noticed this has like three actual, and the gray tube itself being a spark gap was some type of amplifier, or like a type of pseudo JFET. And the JFET is like a device where you have the gate, and then you have the source and a drain. And what that does is you have the positive voltage, and then you have the gate, source, and drain. And what that does, you can have either positive or negative. And the drain, actually, the gate controls how much voltage comes across here. So by applying a voltage, so you have your voltage going through here. By applying a voltage here for gate to drain, you can actually control the voltage coming through here. So my thoughts was that the spark gap is actually some type of amplifier. And you apply the voltage on the tube and it amplifies it or dampens it or whatever. But just the whole thing acts, it's a stretch, but the whole thing acts like an amplifier, like a vacuum amplifier. I don't know, whatever. My spelling's bad. So that's the thought I got. Because when I remote viewed the optimal energy device, it was something like this. It had a positive, negative, and then a radiant component to it. And it had the radiant kind of material, and that fed energy into this junction of a positive and a negative material. But I guess that's the gist of it. I just wanted to share this, because I haven't seen this idea floating around at all. That it's like a cosmic amplifier, cosmic JFET. And the JFET stands for, if you are looking into that, junction field effect transistor, if you're looking in that direction. So, and of course, you can't look at that without looking at the Cloudbuster or Orgonite Cloudbuster, and then the regular Cloudbuster. And that's Wilhelm Reich. Sorry, that writing is terrible. And this is Don Croft, or Don and Carol Croft, who recently passed away. But there's a whole kind of online community regarding that. And I'll just leave you to investigate that. But that works in a completely different way. So I think this covers everything. Happy Free Energy Friday. And I know I did this on a Tuesday, so I'll probably upload it on a Tuesday. It was today, Wednesday. I think actually today's Wednesday. So happy Free Energy Wednesday. And have fun with this stuff. I'm making my little VACOR, atmospheric VACOR. So I'll let you know how it turns out. I'll probably post another video. It's just some ground wire, copper pipe, and acrylic tube, and some resin to seal it off. So my thought is apply voltage across here and some here, and then we'll amplify that. But I don't know. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. But anyways, I wish I had the book with me right now. Quantum hologram, something to that nature. Mahaffey wrote some of them, and then there's some other authors. The Quantum Holograph magazine. You'll know by the appearance of it is they have a big black cover with some graphics on the middle, and then some yellow writing. I think they all have yellow writing on the cover. The names of the author. I don't know. Some of them talk about orgonite, and others talk about, or not orgonite, but orgone accumulators. Some talk about quantum, whatchamacallit, like the Ashe, what makes voodoo dolls work. The quantum entanglement. There you go. And you bring two things together. They like the. See more about the Ashe concept of that. He mentioned in one of them bringing dirt into microgravity to, I don't know, but whatever, to grow things there. But I don't know. Anyways, he goes over a bunch of Mahaffey goes over a bunch of, goes over a bunch of things related to orgone and orgone accumulators and growing plants and microgravity and kind of quantum entanglement type stuff. And then I just found one recently about the VACOR and a bunch of other stuff I've been looking for forever, and then it's just there all of a sudden in one book. So that's that. So I'm probably 17 minutes now, plus the other one. So I'll cut it off. Thanks for watching. Happy Free Energy Friday, and this will be uploaded on Wednesday. It's 1:17. Have a great day. Thanks for stopping by and checking this out. If you're still watching, give it a thumbs up or share it with your friends who are also interested in energy and physics and free energy and whatnot. And have fun with it. Try and build some of this stuff. See what happens. Adios.